Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to make another small video about a human being and what are the things are there inside human being. So it will be a very quick and short video, and I'll start with a short prayer. Bhakratinda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Devo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastabhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Kariswami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Okay, so if you notice that anytime you buy something, it comes with a manual. Like you buy a music system, or you buy some fridge, or you buy some sofa system. All those comes with manual, and especially if you buy something from IKEA, you will have a big 20 pages manual how to do that. It's kind of tiring process. So every small things you buy, it comes with a manual, but unfortunately there is no manual for a human being, how to operate this human being and how to maneuver yourself or how to work in this world. There is no manual for that. Everybody thinks that I have my ways to do, and I use my best judgment to work around this world. So definitely people all most of the people do that, but I think this little knowledge about human being can help people to work around this world. So based on that interest, I wanted to make this small video. Okay, enough of introduction. Let's jump into the topic. So human being, the first layer, what you see, we call it gross body. Gross body means like your whole body coming from earth. Coming from earth means whatever you eat, whatever it grows in this earth, like rice and wheat and all kind of fruits, vegetables, all those things coming from the earth, and you eat that, and that become part of your body. So the gross body is the first layer. All the sensory organ, whatever you see in your body, all the sensory organs inside, all the organs, and then your brain, everything part of the gross body. So gross body means it is basically a periodic table. If you see whatever 115 or whatever elements are there, based on those elements your body is made, and those and you have space inside your body. Basically panchabhuta body, we will call it gross body. And gross body is the main first layer, and then second is we call subtle body. Subtle body means it has mind, and then it has memory, and it has intelligent, and then fourth one is ego. So there are four things in the subtle body: mind and memory, intelligent, and ego. So mind, we know what is mind. Mind is basically mind. By mind I don't mean that brain. Okay, mind is a subtle body inside you, which is constantly generating thought, whose job is to create continuously thought. Generally for people, per minute they create 35 to 40 thoughts. So it is working so fast all the time, and every thought creates some form of vibration, uh, and which can be, nowadays there are instruments to check the vibration level. But anyway, so the mind creates thought, so that's the thing. And then the second one is memory. Memory means is like, the database, how the things are stored. So that space, all the data are stored, and every time you need some information, you go back to that database and pick that and try to understand whatever you are seeing currently with respect to that. You try to compare. So kind of memory is the database, and memory is very important. If somebody lose memory, first question he's going to ask, who am I and where I am, kind of thing. So memory is very important thing. And and third is intelligence. So intelligence is, meaning of the intelligence is, it can differentiate between two things. It has the power to discriminate. It has the power to identify things. It can for example, it can say this is good, that is good, this is not good, that is not good, this is good for me, this is good for him, kind of thing. I should do this or not. This kind of decisions is basically intelligent based. Somebody want to study MBA, he'll do all kind of analysis, that I should do this MBA or not. In the end, I'm going to get benefited or not. So this kind of activity happens in the intelligence. So intelligence is basically the discriminating power which helps to take decision. And also another important factor for intelligence is intelligence has the power to control the mind. But in general, for most of the people in this world, they are all the time uh, pushed by the mind, not by the intelligence. What I mean by that is, uh, people do activities based on whatever their mind wants, and mind doesn't have the power to uh, take decision, good bad. It just generate thought, something like, I am a for example, a person is diabetic, and he like to eat rasgulla, and then, or gulab jamun, if you like gulab jamun. And then you, even though you know that the mind is asking you to eat the gulab jamun, but your intelligence has the power to stop it. Intelligence will analyze that and say, this has a lot of sugar, if you eat, your sugar level is going to high, you should not eat that, and all this kind of analysis, and try to take a decision not to eat. But mind always will want to eat that gulab jamun, always, because mind is like that. It is the nature of the mind. It wants to do things whatever it likes, and it will try to stay away from things whatever it doesn't like. But intelligence is the guy who is trying to control the mind. Intelligence has the higher power over mind to control. Now if you see many student, when I was studying, many student, they will bunk class, they will go to movies, they will not attend the class, they will say, I don't like to sit and listen to these lectures, I just want to hang around with my friends, I'll go to Esplanade, watch some fashion show, or some show or whatever. And then the same guy do not have time to sit for the class. But on the day of exam, for example, you have a test, strength of material, and then you have 3 hours test, and you sit there 3 hours. That day you don't think of going to Esplanade. That day your mind want to go, but your intelligence make you understand, boss, if you don't write this exam for 3 hours, then you are going to be in the same class for one more year. So then mind say, okay, I'll sit and do it. So the point, what I'm trying to say is, intelligence has always the higher power to control the mind. But most of the time people think that whatever my mind wants, I'll do it. मेरे मन को भाया तो कुत्ता काट के खाया, kind of thing. And then the fourth one is called ego. Ego means, I don't mean here pride. This ego is a little different. Ego is kind of identification, that I am that person, so and so person, that happens because of the ego. And ego is basically always try to superimpose on things and try to identify. All the time it always has a tendency to identify. To give some example, like one guy coming from Tamil Nadu to US, and whenever there will be a Tamil movie take example of this movie which became very popular, Bahubali, for example. And then when the Bahubali becomes so hit, all the Telugu guys in US, they are taking pride in that. They are taking pride in that because they are Telugu, and they think that their movie came out of Telugu people, so they identify with the Telugu people. Then there is some other guy who will think that I will do something good for my state. So it is identification. The guys coming from Calcutta, anything happening in Calcutta, the Calcutta local guys may not know, but the guys who are in US, they will know more than them. And those guys probably will be reading more every day, Anandabajar Patrika or some other form of newspaper to keep the news of Calcutta. They will not have much interest to keep the news of other place, but Calcutta will be their main center of attraction all the time. This is happened because of the identification. All the time this identification happens, and it forces you to do that basically. Another example, if you take when you are watching, like I take my example, I was binge watching Blacklist some time back, and I started thinking myself reading Raymond Reddington. I started walking like that, I started talking like that. It happens. And sometimes you watch movie, you get so identified with the actor, and actor is in pain, you are in pain, actor is happy, you are happy. These are all called identification. So this identification happens all the time, knowingly or unknowingly, because of ego. So ego is basically the thing which it forces you to identify with something. So these four things are called subtle body, and then there is another layer inside, which is called causal body. So causal body is the third layer, and this causal body is kind of the desire and all the bashana, or all the wish, or all the tendencies. All these things are hidden there as a seed form. And so what is happening, happening with the causal body is that causal body is kind of a sitting there as a seed of all the tendencies, all the likes, dislikes, and all kind of stuff as a seed form. It is not manifested yet. It manifests through mind and the body later on, but that is the driver. So what I mean by that is you always like certain type of people, and you always hate certain type of people. You always like some kind of food, and you always hate some kind of food. So these are all happening because of the internal that causal bodies seed form tendencies are hidden inside. That is kind of the driver. If you have seen those toys, you buy those toys and you put the key, and then it play the drum like that. We call some kind of monkey or something. So that causal body is that kind of spring. Because of that causal body, you will have all those kind of tendencies, and all those tendencies will manifest through your mind and body. So all these three levels of bodies just wanted to make one small video. I think if people know there are 3 levels of body, and if they understand each one, how they work and operate, I think they can use this in their practical application, in their practical activity. They can apply this and get some benefit. Thinking that, I made this video. Thank you very much.